Throughout history, certain names have become synonymous with fear and legend. Their very mention was capable of sending shockwaves through entire kingdoms. Many of them were smart, many of them were talented, and some of them shaped like iron through hardship and suffering. Today, we're going to go over the deadliest warriors throughout the history. Spartacus was a Thracian who served as a soldier in the Roman army. But it wasn't long before he got fed up with its harsh discipline, and he decided to bail. He then turned to a life of banditry, and because of that, he lived on the run until his luck ran out and he was captured. He was sold into slavery and eventually became a gladiator in the city of Capua in Italy. In 73 BCE, Spartacus led a revolt against the Roman Republic and escaped with about 70 gladiators. His rebellion, known as the Third Servile War, quickly grew as he recruited thousands of runaway slaves and disgruntled farmers. After a while, his army swelled to tens of thousands, successfully defeating several Roman legions in a series of battles. Spartacus' strategic mind and his great leadership turned a desperate escape into a formidable resistance movement. Spartacus' fight was not just a struggle for survival, but a war for freedom. He inspired his followers with his vision of a life without the chains of slavery. The rebellion he led forced Rome to divert massive military resources to suppress it, although ultimately defeated by the Roman general Crassus. Spartacus' legacy lived on as a symbol of resistance and defiance against oppression. He was a warrior who fought for freedom and defied one of the greatest military powers of his time. Leonitis was born into the Aegeid dynasty, and he ascended to the throne around 490 BCE. Leonitis was the warrior king of Sparta, who is best known for his leadership at the Battle of Thermopylae. When the king of Persia, Xerxes, started the invasion, Leonitis was completely aware of how important this battle was. He only had 300 Spartan soldiers, but with the help of their Greek allies, he led an army of about 7,000 men. The battle took place on Greek soil, giving the defenders a significant advantage in terms of knowledge of the terrain. Leonitis chose to make his stand at the narrow pass of Thermopylae, where the Persian superior numbers would be less advantageous. For 3 days, he held off the larger Persian army. Leonitis and his men fought with genuine bravery and skill, managing to inflict heavy casualties on the Persians. Although they were eventually overwhelmed, their sacrifice became a symbol of courage. Leonitis' commitment to Spartan military discipline and his unbreakable determination, even when things seemed impossible, make him one of the most legendary warriors in history. His last stand at Thermopylae became a rallying point for the Greek city-states, demonstrating that even the mightiest of armies could be resisted with courage and strategy. Leonitis' actions at Thermopylae exemplified the Spartan ethos of bravery, honor, and self-sacrifice. In the plains of Central Asia, there was a man who terrified Rome, so much that the Romans called him the Scourge of God. Attila the Hun was the ruler of the Huns from the year 434 until his death in 453. He expanded his empire through relentless warfare and smart diplomacy. Attila's conquests spread across huge areas, from the Black Sea to the Rhine River and from the Danube River to the Baltic Sea. His military campaigns against both the Eastern and Western Roman empires showcased his genius in brutality in battle. Attila was great at bringing together different tribes and leading them, showing off his diplomatic skills. Even though he was known for being fierce, he also made deals and treaties when it helped him. Under his leadership, the Huns used fear and terror to their advantage. Stories of Attila's cruelty and the devastation wrought by his armies preceded him, often causing cities to surrender without a fight. His ability to unite various nomadic tribes under his banner and his strategic use of cavalry gave him a formidable edge in battle. When he died suddenly in 453, the Hunnic Empire started to fall apart, but Attila's legacy as a warrior who took on Rome is still remembered. His reign marked a period of significant upheaval in Europe, and his campaigns revealed the vulnerabilities of the once invincible Roman Empire. Miyamoto Musashi, a master swordsman and undefeated duelist from the lands of Japan, was famous for his distinctive double-bladed swordsmanship. Musashi participated in over 60 duels, often against multiple opponents, and remained unbeaten throughout his life. In his early life, he wandered around, getting into duels and sharpening his skills. His most famous duel was against Sasaki Kojiro in 1612, where Musashi won using a wooden sword. This fight cemented his reputation as Japan's greatest swordsman. His book, The Book of Five Rings, is still considered a classic treatise on strategy, tactics, and philosophy. Musashi's legacy goes beyond his fighting skills. He deeply influenced Japanese culture and martial arts. He stressed the importance of being adaptable and mentally tough, ideas that still matter in today's competitive world. His life story shows the relentless drive for excellence and mastery. Musashi's approach to combat was revolutionary, emphasizing fluidity and adaptability over rigid techniques. He developed the Naiden Ichiryu style, which incorporated the use of both a katana and wakizashi, allowing for versatile and dynamic combat strategies. Musashi's philosophy extended beyond swordsmanship, advocating for a holistic approach to life that included arts, crafts, and meditation. His legacy is celebrated in Japan and around the world, not only as a martial artist, but also as a thinker and philosopher. Musashi's teachings continue to influence modern martial arts, business strategies, and personal development philosophies, demonstrating the timeless nature of his insights. Hannibal Barca, arguably the greatest military commander in history, was born in Carthage and became one of Rome's most feared adversaries during the Second Punic War. His smart tactics and bold moves made a lasting impact on military history. Hannibal is best known for his audacious crossing of the Alps with a diverse army, including war elephants, to launch a surprise attack on Rome. This feat, accomplished in 218 BCE, remains one of the most remarkable military maneuvers ever executed. His victories at the battles of Trebia, Trasimene, and Cannae showed how he could outsmart and beat larger Roman armies. Despite his eventual defeat and the fall of Carthage, Hannibal's legacy as a brilliant tactician and relentless fighter secures his spot as one of history's greatest warriors. His strategic brilliance was evident in his ability to use the terrain to his advantage, often luring Roman forces into traps where his smaller, more mobile army could defeat them. His victory at Cannae is still considered one of the greatest tactical achievements in military history, where his army encircled and annihilated a much larger Roman force. Beyond his battlefield tactics, Hannibal was also a master of logistics and diplomacy, maintaining his army's cohesion and morale despite being far from home and cut off from Carthaginian support. His ability to sustain his campaign in hostile territory for over a decade is a testament for his leadership and resourcefulness. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button and consider subscribing to the channel. I tried to keep it short so we couldn't cover more warriors in this video, but if you want a part 2, you can let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching.